Back. I'll probably stream for maybe another hour or so before I have to go. I did, during the BRB, I grabbed the actions from Limsa and activated a couple. There's ostriches now. I've had the ostrich. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Activate ostrich to increase interest. Or the four of you? Wicked White, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damned courtesy to stand still. Oh, methinks this one is deep in his cups. I like that line. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabontharong, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabontharong? Not anymore. Especially not for frail little girls. Keep it up. No, we must reach Nabontharong. I must. If your heart's set on it, the world doesn't care. Place is a ruin, nothing more. Getting there in the trolley. That thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. This game is a factory for gay club outfits. Is it the popped collar on the extremely down button shirt? Is that what's doing it, or is it the like leather jacket? We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabontharong. The one with the undercut. If you insist that the trolley's not an option, at least tell us why. No? I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. Is that the... Are you talking about the, like, the wizard-looking guy? Like this one? Or is this the undercut? I'm actually having difficulty discerning which one's the undercut here. We'll speak outside. Oh, the one that was, like, conveniently behind my guy and is now gone. This Thaf? You talking about Thaf? Yeah, look at the open back. Yeah. Yeah, this is like son of village people. It's the village children. He said that because he thinks I'm weak. And he's right. But I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us. But perhaps we should ask the other residents? They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Ingrid, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This isn't a matter of fate, Urianche. It's about choice. I've had years to decide where I stand. Ophelia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent. Protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. Bird gone. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Bird will You back. Jerk. There you are. You'll be pleased to know I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's just fine, just a bit shaken up is all. And you? What did Magnus have to say? I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him to action where our interest is not, but I suppose that was foolish of me. Sorry we couldn't be of help, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here, if you'd like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. You mean to say you're not giving up, even knowing that Magnus is... Magnus? I don't see much point in your being stubborn about it. But perhaps stubbornness is exactly what the situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. I'd imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. Have a look along the tracks for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. He wanted us to stroke smooth wood. We rebuffed that though. We did not accept that offer. A bit too forward. This spot looks like you could use a bit of work. Can you ready the tools for me? Open the toolbox. Oh, he was waiting on me. You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant. Now, if you could hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case... Well, this bolt is loose, for one matter. Can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. We'll use the mid-sized wrench. Seems like the right option to give a screw, I guess. Thank you. This one will do nicely. I think it'd be quicker if he just went through them himself. Now give me one moment. I should have given him the cloth. There. Don't see any other problems here. Let's continue along the track. I'm gonna give him the wrong one next. I see that funny little late the current. I'm a bit concerned about this lantern post. Would you ready the tools for me? Set down the toolbox, the muscles of your arm enjoying profound relief, and open it once again. Quite handy to have around, you know. To the lamp here, they aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if by some miracle the night returns, as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. All the apartment complexes you've expressed interest in are using LLMs to spam your phone. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been expressing interest in apartment complexes, but, I think every time I give anyone my phone number, that equates to, like, 20 different spam bots getting my phone number. I get, like, a million, you know, emails, text messages, phone calls that are all just spam. I like how we're just forfeiting, like, convenient modes of communication to spam, and, like, no one's doing anything about it. Like, no one uses the phone anymore because the vast majority of calls were spam or bots. Like, we forfeited entire, like, communication, like, a method of communication because we just gave up on the idea of the phone. We just totally gave up on the phone call. But if this post seems to have splintered, whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. We'll need to sand it down a bit. To sand it down, you're gonna need a bulky saw. Just cut the lamppost down, it'll be better. Let's start from scratch. Are you away with the Fae? We're trying to prevent splinters, not chop down the post like a tree. Now hand me something a bit more delicate, if you please. Well, try this heavy hammer. Just bang at it. You've an interesting sense of humor. Can I have a proper tool this time? Let's try the saw once more, but I think he's fallen into a rhythm. I give you a hamburger. A pickle shifts uneasily under the bun. Alright, here's your rough file. Let's even this out. This guy's, like, expressions are extremely exaggerated. He's like, yeah. Yeah. That should do it. Putting some varnish along next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. It's alright. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the hills of Amber, you see. But after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Nabanth Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Nabanth brought the Mistel engineers who specialized in Talos here, to the hills, and what you know it, the mining industry picked right up again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Mistel. That, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood, but still left taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Yulmore, and now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed. There's one more thing we can do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favorite work, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any pests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. I hand you a gift burger. I ham you a hamburger. Fuck. Whoa, it let me do that. I should have failed there. Hey, Faye, how's today? I'm good. Hope you are too. We're trying to find a solution for the trolley problem right now. Because the only one qualified to do it is like deep in his cuffs, as Rianjay said. I thought you were going to Boone. We're leaving like a little afternoon. So we'll be getting there, like around 3 or 4. I'm meeting with the bonsai salesman at noon, and then after that we're leaving to Boone. We're still probably gonna get to Amy and Ethan's house before they get home from work. Said they'll leave the door open. So if you ever wanted to rob Amy and Ethan's house and you know exactly where it is, now's your chance. Yeah, just one evening. I mean, we already have plans to hang out with you tomorrow, so like we need to be back for that. Can I just like... Where is it? Oh, he's just back here, okay. You'll be driving and sleeping for more time you'll be spending with your folks. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, Kristen and I split up the driving. Thank you. That should be taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. I enjoy just being on the road, too. Like, as long as traffic's not bad, you know, just being on the road, like, listening to a podcast or reading a book if Kristen's driving, it's nice. Nice to get out of the house for a bit. Nothing can get it started again, though. At least the only people who knew how to repair the talus are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted and the cars fell into disrepair. I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley. Hello. Just got run over. And those were the worst years of my life. Then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he should have, never left in the first place. If it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amarang is hardly the safest place. But Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. Didn't help in the end, the Sin Eaters got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again. So, in his memory, they returned to Twine. Started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars. It was going well for a time. Wicked White. Vultures? They back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Interrupt exposition to be picked up later at a more dramatic time. Can my dear Chocobo run on the tracks? Thank you. Can a horse run on train tracks? Like, would the horse have the ability to, like, perceive the spaces and, like, stride on the planks? Or, like, is that beyond the horse and the horse would snap its legs? Like, what happens when the horse runs on the train tracks? Nice work out there. Now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do much good without the Talos, though. But even if there is a single one that still functioned, things might be different. Here we are. That is a good Amy question, you're right. Leg gear coffer. Armory chest, legs. Sword. Hakama number 55. Care. It's gone. It was unique, I can never get it again. Oh well, guess I'm not completing this game. Guess I'll never 100% it. The horse transforms into a train on the tracks, and that's how they make them. If a train derails, it turns back into a horse, which is why they make such a big deal about it. So do all the people in the train at the time it transforms back into a horse, do they get turned really small and digested? Just clear some inventory, you goober. I've been clearing inventory. It builds up too quick. It builds up way too quick. Every MSQ gives me like an omelet or something. Use the chests in rooms. That's fair. Use a retainer. I mean, that's just kicking the can down the road, though, because then I just have a bigger mess to sort later. Everyone on the train gets the saddle, but only one gets to be on the horse. Everyone else just hits the ground. Have you seen the jigsaw, the jigsaw puzzle where they use the same die to cut the horse puzzle and the train puzzle? Do you know what I'm talking about? My chocobo saddlebag is almost full. That's mid-transformation. What do I have in my saddlebag at the moment? I'll check in a second. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something from something other than Magnus's griping for a change. Griping for a change. Griping, gripping. I still got some room. I've just been putting like these materia in here because I'm not using the materia, like random crafting material that seem to be like maybe worth a little bit more than other ones. These faded copies that I can't do anything with yet but will eventually. And items that are just for glam, but I have not yet put in the glam dresser. I'm not complaining about the inventory system in this game. It's fine. I'm just being lazy. Like, yes, maybe it could be a little bit, it could be improved, like there's room for improvement there, but it's not like a problem. And by room for improvement, I mean, give me more space in my immediate inventory. Yeah, no, I understand that this is a me thing. I'm not complaining about the game. Like, I definitely think the inventory system could have some improvements, but it's fine. It's, like, better than most games. The only... You know, that's not even confusing. Never mind. Yeah, it all makes sense. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. Thought mayhaps a closer examination might yield something of value. The thing that's holding me up is, like... Here's what's holding me up, right? In my head, I want to keep the best gear available for each class I might eventually play, right? So it's like, oh, I might pick up Reaper someday. I want to hold on to the best gear for Reaper. But then going and find the best, like, leggings for Reaper is like a whole thing, and then you have to do that with every slot. And then you would have to do that with every class you're interested in. So it becomes an overwhelming... That's what the armory chest is for. The armory chest is too small. That's my one complaint with the inventory, is that the armory chest, I think... Well, okay, the armory chest has enough space for some of the gear slots, but not all of them. Like, it seemed like... the one in the inn rooms. Okay, yes, yeah, fair. I just wish it was easier to optimize the gear you have. That's my one thing, right? If I could just say, give me the best gear for this, which I know you can if it's like you already have the class and then you can use recommended gear, but I don't have the class yet. I'm talking about potential ones. I'm talking about an extreme edge case for something that basically doesn't matter because my funny little brain wants to do that, even though it's not the best thing to do. They should not design the game around the way my head works. I understand that. I see. The means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, just like the pyramids. 'Tis true. Here before slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. Also, I would just get rid of everything if it wasn't for the fact that, like, you can't get some stuff back. At least, as far as I understand. Right? I'm not mistaken in that there's some stuff that if you get rid of, you can just never get rid of again, right? If you could buy back anything that you've had before, like, easily, I would just throw everything out. If there was like a guy you could go to and it's like, oh, here's a catalog of things you've had before, you can buy it back, I would just throw everything out. But like, if it's locked behind doing like a lot of miscellaneous stuff, throw away all the crafting mats. What are mats? Let me finish this dialogue. It will likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of aether. If you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you. But what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which aether floweth freely. The only reason I'm holding on to the crafting stuff is because I already have it registered to gear set lists, right? Or so it would, were not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well, then? To bridge these fissures require a material highly conductive to aether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Rianjay. I read his name like it was dialogue for some reason. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. I am sure, full sure am I, that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. The only unique items you'll never be able to get again are gear from MSQ quests, if I recall correctly. Like Hakama number 55, they got like from Stormblood to like raid that base or whatever. Like that's just gone. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia attend to me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of aether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you to provide 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. But it's also like, is it gonna be hard to get again? Cause like in Heavensward I was getting the Even Star set, I think it was called. It was like the gesture outfit. And it seemed like if you didn't get those while you were doing the MSQ, then getting them via the other means looked very, like, annoying. I am trading potential future conveniences that may never come to pass for a lot of inconvenience now. Because... fucking, I don't know, Jimmy Neutron or something. It's from the Hunt. Can I ask you this? What is the best way to get rid of gear? Besides, like, just throwing it out? Is it to, like, trade it in at the Grand Company, or to sell it to merchants? Like, is there a most efficient way to get rid of gear? Yes, this is a problem I have with games that give me a lot of items. This is a me thing. This is my, like, hoarding brain. This is, like, my hoarding brain, like, getting in front of me. So basically trade them for seals if it's something you can trade for seals, and if it's not, just, like, sell it. Because that's what I have been doing. I've been trading things for seals, and if I can't for whatever reason, like, they don't take it, then I've just been selling it. Even if it's, like, not much money. Although the other thing is I've been, like, I've like, I think maxed out my rank in the current Grand Company. I'm not sure, there might be, like, one more. But I'm like, should I switch to another one now and then max out that one and get, like, seals in a different one? You know what I mean? Like, should I switch to, like, Maelstrom now and then get a whole bunch of seals for Maelstrom? They all offer the same rewards, except for the pictures, right? You can get the pictures in, like, the furniture in the room that's, like, the picture of, like, Radon or, like, the lady, or the outfits that are all the same outfit but different colors. Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Didst thou succeed in procuring stone for the debitage? See, one of my hesitations with starting an MMO is that I know how my head works, and I always knew that the hoarding aspect of my brain was gonna get in the way. And it's like, no, I think the Grand Company outfits look horrendous, but, like, why would I not want all three of them, right? The part of my brain that's like, oh, I want to get every item in the game like it's the fucking Pokédex is like destroying me. Also, I kind of, at least, I kind of regret the Order of the Twin Adder just because I think they are the ugliest. I think their yellow is kind of ugly, but that's not a big deal. Fine specimens one and all, you have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. Those portraits that will rot in your inventory like everything else. I have Khan E. Senna's portrait hanging proudly in my Free Company's room that I go into once a month and look at. From end to end, the paths by which Aether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They but require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuseth to stir. I Here the condition of this talus is more dire than I previously surmised. If a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core aether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the talus cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. Thou didst foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We've never gotten this thing far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another in case things turned out as they are now, but... Jerk? Why is his name Jerk? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jerk. If something went wrong, maybe we can help. Jarek. I'm gonna keep saying Jerk. Alright. After all, a lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. You're more than welcome to switch, but I have never once done that because I do not want to level up that shit again. Get the max rank and you're not doing that again. Also, is it worth it to do, like, what's it called, the squadron stuff? Like, I spent some time leveling them up just because, like, it was basically an idle game, but, like, I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it. The truth hurts. Right then, the Talos. Their hearts cannot just be made of any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. It was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. Back to the tavern, then. Some emotes. So, not a priority, then. Still here, eh? You can ask again. The answer's the same, our Charlies are. We are like the opposites. Oh, the emotes are what you want the most? What? God damn it, jerk. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. I'm more interested in mounts and minions than emotes. I mean, there's a couple emotes that I might go out of my way for, but if it's like DreamWorks face, it has to be something like exceptionally cool. It can't just be like making a DreamWorks face. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, you're probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know. There's a rat minion that I want. Like, apparently it's dependent on completing a raid that I've never seen spawn. Or, not a raid, a fate.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more.
Why'd you call it a golem instead of a Talos? Did they change it to Talos and Navrant after they recorded the dialogue?
Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder.
Yeah, all the FOMO was another concern about starting an MMO. Just like the events that come and go.
But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble. But it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body.
Yeah, of course she was dead. She got caved in on.
Magnus has never been the same since.
He lost everyone that day. Except his friends.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Drinking out in the graveyard.
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
Drinking in the graveyard, right? Yeah. I fucking knew it.
What? You again.
He wasn't always this red. It's because of all the wine he drank.
How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from.
Piss off.
And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them.
The B-sad piano, yeah.
I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
Have they played this like B-sad song through all the expansions, or was this song new to Shadowbringers? I don't remember.
You've lost someone too.
Whoa.
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood.
Shane's trying to call me right now, but it's not a good time.
I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant.
I'm like, who's calling me on Messenger? No one does that. It gets a slight reprise in each expansion.
Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter.
Where is the lever to open the gas on your car? Shane's borrowing my car right now because his went kaput and he doesn't know how to open the gas tank. Just unlock the car and then push in the gas door. It'll spring open. That's the funniest problem he could have had. Everyone gets confused by that when they try to gas up my car.
But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down.
Is this stuff that I would know from 1.0, or is this like stuff that's being introduced now, like his backstory?
That is why I refuse to let her legacy die.
I mean, some of it, yeah, but it's like with the Yida/Lee stuff.
All we can do is press on.
A lot of it was building off of 1.0 stuff that I didn't really have context for.
Save.
That's like my only like kind of issue with the way the game was rebooted. like, I think it's a really cool thing that they did going from 1.0 to A Realm Reborn, but sometimes I'm like, is this something that I would have otherwise known if I played 1.0?
And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You
I
are our only hope
can
of
infer
reaching
that,
the
but like,
Father.
I want to know the details. I don't know if I'm supposed to know the details.
What rubbish.
With Theta and Lisa, you weren't supposed to know any of that. Oh, okay. It felt like I was supposed to know.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not.
That was just a
We can still
surprise.
win her back.
Only Papa knew. Pat. Dad cred. Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Knowest thou any location where we might find the stone we require? No doubt how scant the possibility. We would seize it. I told you all of the veins were tapped dry years ago. Though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you might find some at Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before Taluses became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get back there, look for Ghost John and tell him I sent you. But don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thancred goes way up in this expansion. Thine assistance is most appreciated. Ryugo, I think it best Thancred join thee in this search. Though he wouldst be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil and his thoughts clouded. Wouldst be unwise to ignore his distress. Well, it's like a classic kind of struggle, right? Because he like loved the old Minfilia, but he's also grown extremely attached to the new one in a different way. But they're mutually exclusive, and he's like, it's not really up to him to choose, so he's going to he experiences loss regardless. Right? But I don't know how much agency he has in that, because the best thing for him to do is let... I don't know, is the best thing to do to let current Minfilia decide what to do? Because she has expectations about how he thinks, and maybe she's wrong, because maybe she doesn't understand how much he cares. So maybe he should stop her. I don't know. I don't know. Off to somewhere, are you? At last, a lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. Can't very well have you go on your own. Anyway. How long am I gonna be streaming for? Not much longer. Maybe like a couple more minutes. Is that exactly the same, like the exact same stats I have now, kinda? Why, what's up? That looks a little cooler, maybe, than what I have now. I kinda like that crescent moon shape. The one thing I don't like is how the armory chest has a different number of slots for different things, right? Like, there's more main hand slots than hat slots. Or, like, chest slots or glove. Like, all these things have, like, listed weapons. And then these have different numbers, too. And I kind of get the logic behind it, but I'm like, why not just open up this room here? Why not just add more slots right here? There's no reason to not. Yeah, I don't really care for that palladium rod. Get rid of that. I'll clean it at once. When I do the inventory clean, I don't want to do it like on stream. I try to avoid that as much as possible. Because I feel like that's like bad. I don't want to do that. Like I have to do a deep clean, but I have to do it like all at once. Wait. Well, one second. When you sort it, is it sorting it strictly by level? I'd say we're long overdue for a good return. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Luffy's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. When you sort it, it does it by, like, it sorts by level, and then the secondary sort is by type of arm, right? Like, based off job. So how many weapons do I actually have under 50? Only for some classes that I like picked up but haven't done anything yet, like Blue Mage. And then all the crafting stuff. Why'd I do that? What is it special if it's like blue like that and his bonus applied? Yeah, the way I'm like handling it is like as if I'm going to eventually pick up all the jobs, which I don't know if I ever will, because I don't know if I'm gonna get that into this game, especially once I beat the MSQs. But like, I want to have the best thing. I want to hold on to the best thing I already have for each one. Which would be a lot easier if I had already accepted it, because then I could just use the user recommended gear things and like update the set lists, and then just toss everything else. But I haven't done that yet. The like fucking Navrant cactars are my favorite. I love them. The greens, the blues, the grays. What are the point of those rarity distinctions are for? Because I've never seen them to be relevant. I mean, a lot of that stuff probably made more sense, like, base game or something? I don't know. Did it make more sense once upon a time? This guy wants to die. Purple ones are things you'd never get rid of. Purple is just like legendary, right? It's like it's the rarest type, so you might as well hold on to it. Do I have anything purple? I don't think I have like anything purple, except... I don't think I have anything purple. Is that purple? No. Relic weapons. These guys are so cool, I love these guys. Pink means it's an item you can't get rid of. Why it's for a quest or something? Why can't you get rid of it? Why would I not be able to get rid of like some shitty bracelet? The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Their fortunes are finally improving, so we could probably hear what Guthshawn has to say before we celebrate. Assuming we can find him, that is. I feel like it's about to initiate, like a duty or something, and if it does, that's probably going to be where I stop for the day. Like, I'm going to get to Thancred again, and it's going to be like, do this duty or whatever. Megalobat. You have a bunch of them that sit in a chest because the game won't let you. I forgot how to dismount for a second. I think it's definitely one of those things where it's like, you know, some of the mechanics maybe around the inventory system would be done differently if they were building it today from scratch. But like, it's not a problem enough to like totally redo it or just mess with it, really. It's kind of the impression I get. Like, it's not really bothering anyone, but it could be better, but like, why spend the energy on that? It probably just confused people if you updated it. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Thath. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? There surely must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is Leonine. All the Talos and Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is far below. Too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time. That's why much of the mine is closed off. The only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of Leonine that may have been overlooked. Suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking is a trade secret. I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. What do you want? The other day I found a Vobert gold piece down in the mines. Bloody Vobert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it and I'll tell you what you want to know. Drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. Seems we have our work cut out for us, Ryugo. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. I gotta get prepped for leaving for Boone. And also, I really have to use the bathroom. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. I think I will raid the ducks again, unless someone else I know is streaming.